confidence. When I got a roll our hips and take a sip on it. Take a trip on it. When I got you can go slow. Wind it up all night. Baby, take your time. Let me know I want. When you turn me around, walk on. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be telling you exactly what I did to grow my hair to waist length. And as you can see, my hair is pretty long, and I also have type frizzy hair, textured hair, and a lot of people think that you can't grow type frizzy hair, or even type 4 hair doesn't grow, but that is not true. I see lots and lots of girls out there like with my type of hair, or even type 4 hair as well, who have really long hair. So it's definitely possible to grow your hair to waist length. Obviously it does depend, sometimes it does depend on your genetics as well, but there's no reason really as to why your hair cannot grow long. It's definitely possible. You just need to follow the right steps and know what to do. The other thing as well, I do not use protective styles, and I know protective styles are very popular, especially with girls. With curly hair and textured hair and stuff. But I've never used protective styles simply because I actually don't know what I'm doing when it comes to protective style. It's not something that I grew up doing. Like my mom never did any protective style on my hair and on her hair, so I never really grew up learning how to actually do protective style. So as a result, I've never really learned how to do protective style. And secondly, I don't believe that for me personally, I don't think that protective styles will work. And basically I've grown my hair to waist length without using any protective style. First of all, my understanding of protective style is that the idea is that you have your hair in a style so that you don't have to manipulate your hair as often, because manipulation of your hair is something that can cause damage to your hair. If you touch your hair and manipulate and brush it and wash it too often, it can break your hair. So the idea behind a protective style is that it's protected, you don't touch it, you don't do anything with it, so that it grows and it doesn't get damaged. But the thing is, for me, I need to wash my hair very often because I have dandruff. I have very dry and itchy scalp. So for me, I need to wash my hair at least every 5 days. And I know a lot of you girls are in the same boat as me, and dandruff is extremely common. Like dry, flaky scalp is a very common thing that a lot of people experience that. So if your scalp is really dry, itchy all the time, then using a protective style isn't really gonna work, because I imagine that, if you are doing a protective style and you've spent thousands of dollars or hundreds of, I don't know how much it costs, but it's really expensive to get your hair braided, for example. But if you're gonna spend all that money on a protective style, you want that style to last 3-4 weeks, maybe longer. And unfortunately for me, I don't see myself not washing my scalp for that long. I know you can wash your hair with a protective style on, but honestly, I'm really out of my depth when it comes to that. Like I said before, I've never learned to do it. And yeah, so basically for me, I need to wash and cleanse my scalp every 5 days at least. So that is one of the reasons why I don't really want to do protective styles, and even things like wearing a wig, which I'm really interested in because those wigs look amazing. And you girls out there who wear wigs, I commend you, because I don't know, it's such a skill to learn how to install a wig properly, and it looks so amazing. Honestly, I'm so jealous sometimes. I wish I knew how to do to do it, but I don't know how to do it. I know I can learn, but I've never done it, and it seems pretty overwhelming to me. But anyway, that aside, yeah, I'm just saying that I've never worn a protective style, and also because I need to cleanse my scalp so often, that's why I don't feel like a protective style will work for me personally. But everyone's different, okay? Everyone's different. But you do not need a protective style to grow your hair long. And I do believe that in certain situations or certain like circumstances, a protective style can even delay growth, especially like if you get braids and the braids are really, really tight. That can stress your roots, and that can, you know, cause your hair to fall out and stuff like that. So basically, yeah, everything I'm gonna teach you in this video will help you grow your hair, okay, without any protective style. So let's get into the video. So number one thing that I think I just basically touch on that a little bit, but number one thing is scalp care. What a lot of people don't realize is that your hair grows at the root, not at the ends. That part here, the ends of your hair, that is basically the oldest part of your hair. This hair here has been at the ends, that hair has been with you the longest, and it's also the most damaged part of your hair because it's been around longer. It's had, you know, it's had its time basically. But where your hair actually grows, it's over here at the roots. That's where your hair grows. It grows out of your scalp. Okay, so I truly believe that in order to grow long and healthy hair, it starts at the scalp. Like, you've got to take care of your scalp and have, you know, healthy scalp to begin with. If your scalp is constantly itchy and irritated, then that is going to impact on your hair growth as well, because it's not just your scalp being irritated, your hair follicles can become irritated as well, and that can cause stress and inflammation in your scalp, and that can delay growth. Okay, so basically for me personally, like I just mentioned before, I wash my hair and cleanse my scalp. Bare minimum is at least every 5 days. I actually do it more often than that. Sometimes every 3 to 4 days I wash my hair, but the longest I will go without washing my hair is 5 days. If I go any longer than 5 days, I notice that my scalp starts to itch, and then I start scratching it, and then it gets worse and worse. It gets more irritated. I get like little scabs in my scalp, and the problem just gets worse and worse. So since I started regularly washing my scalp and properly cleansing my scalp, I've noticed a massive difference. Like, my scalp is no longer itchy at all, and I don't even have dandruff anymore. And I used to have really bad dandruff. Like, I used to scratch my head and then I'll see all this like fluff and dandruff fall off on my t-shirt and stuff. I don't have this problem anymore since I started like really looking after my scalp. So speaking of cleansing the scalp, products. So I do believe that we should be using something that actually cleanses our scalp, like a shampoo or some kind of cleanser, something that actually will clean off the scalp. Especially with us with curly hair and stuff, we use a lot of products in our hair which can cause the products to build up on our scalp, and you know, so we do really want something that will actually properly cleanse the hair. So I know a lot of people are against using shampoo because it strips the hair of the oil, of the sebum and stuff, and it can dry out your hair and stuff. But honestly, I don't think that you can properly cleanse your scalp without some kind of a cleanser that actually dissolve that dirt and that, you know, the oil. So I have definitely been using shampoo, and I also use a medicated shampoo. So I'll show you the one I use. I use this one. So Okay, I've recently learned as well that this is not only good for dandruff, but it's also good for delaying hair loss. You guys know I am almost 40 years old, and I have a lot of people in my family that are experiencing balding, and like I'm really concerned about losing my hair, you guys. But apparently this can delay hair loss as well. So I'm not just using that for dandruff. I'm using that to delay hair loss as well. There's like lots of research being done on this so yeah, definitely look into this, because if you're noticing that your hair is thinning and stuff like that, I recommend this. So this is one of the shampoos that I use, but you can use any kind of shampoo that you like, provided it actually does cleanse your scalp properly and remove buildup and remove the dirt from your scalp, because a buildup of dirt, so the buildup on your scalp is not necessarily just from products. It can be a combination of, products, your skin actually shedding, like dead skin, dirt. So when you go outside, there's like dust and pollution and stuff coming from everywhere, all that sort of stuff can actually just build up and collect and build up on your scalp, and if you leave it there, it's going to start irritating your scalp, and that is when it gets itchy, gets red, because your body is trying to get rid of that stuff on your scalp you know what I mean? So you want to avoid irritation as much as possible. The other thing I started doing as well is I completely stopped scratching my head, and my head hasn't been itchy because of my routine, but even if it's a little bit itchy, I would resist the urge to scratch it with my fingernails, because that is not good. Trust me, the moment you start scratching an itch, it makes it worse and worse and worse, and then it starts scabbing, you start breaking the skin, and you get more and more and more irritated. And even when I wash my hair as well, I used to go in and really scratch it with my nails to get rid of the dirt, and I didn't realize that was also contributing to irritating my scalp as well. So now I use something like that. That is made out of silicone as well. And also look at this. See that? So I've been using that to really lift off dirt off my scalp, but that doesn't actually, because it's so flexible, it doesn't break and irritate my skin. And oh my god, I don't know why I haven't started using this earlier, because this is a game changer. I would say a combination of this shampoo, medicated shampoo, and this to cleanse your scalp, game changer, complete game changer. Honestly, guys, I no longer have dandruff now. My scalp hasn't been itchy for months, and it used to be really, really bad. So I've come a long way. The next thing as well when it comes to your scalp is to avoid really tight hairstyle. You will never see me in a really tight, sleek ponytail or bun or anything like that. Most of the time, I have my hair in a loose ponytail, or I have my hair down like this in a wash and go. Sometimes I might braid, do a big braid, but it's a very loose braid. I do not actually tighten, I don't do any tight hairstyle at all. Anything that pulls on the hair can actually irritate your scalp, and you can get something called, I think it's called tension alopecia, where you're losing hair. Your hair's falling out because you're stressing the roots. And that's also another reason why I don't want to get into protective styles as well, because a lot of those styles, you're really stressing the roots. So yeah, another thing is avoiding harsh chemicals on your scalp. Shampoo is okay. I don't consider shampoo a harsh chemical, but what I'm talking about here is anything that, for example, when you dye your hair, often there are chemicals in there that you know, like bleach your hair or whatnot. Those chemicals are extremely potent, and if that gets on your scalp, that can really, really irritate your scalp. So yeah, I stay away from like really, really harsh chemicals and stuff like that. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to promoting growth itself. So we've talked about scalp care and how, you know, your hair grows at the scalp. So there's a few things as well that will promote your hair to grow. Number one is blood circulation. So you want to promote good blood flow and good blood circulation throughout your body so that you have enough blood and oxygen and nutrients reaching your hair follicle. So your hair, basically each individual hair strand is attached to a hair follicle, and that hair follicle is supplied by tiny little blood vessels that takes blood and nutrients and oxygen to the hair follicle and nourish the hair follicle. A lot of people like to do like mask, like nourishing mask, but I can tell you that this is not how your hair follicle is nourished. Your hair follicle is nourished through blood. It's when the types of food you eat, the vitamins, the protein, all the food and the nutrients that you consume is broken down into, you know, nutrients, and your blood then take those nutrients to your hair follicle. So you want to be promoting good blood flow and circulation as much as you can. And how do you achieve that? It's pretty simple. You need to be active lifestyle. I'm not saying don't overdo it, but you need to be active every day. Do some kind of cardio exercise, go for a run, go for a jog, lift weights in the gym, all that stuff that promotes blood flow is really, really good for your hair. It's going to help your hair grow. And as we just mentioned, good nutrition as well, balanced diet, eat your vegetables, eat your protein, all of that, stay hydrated, all of that. Another thing is managing stress. A lot of people don't realize this, but stress can cause you to lose your hair, and it can slow down hair growth and all that. Number 4 is getting good sleep. Okay, yeah, get your beauty sleep. There's a reason why it's called beauty sleep, because while you sleep, a lot of things repair in your body. It's not just hair, it's also your skin, your nails, all of these things, they grow and repair when you sleep. Okay, last and final part of this video is to protect. A lot of people don't have any problems growing their hair, and you'll often see that with people who have chemically straightened their hair and then few months later the root is frizzy again, because that's new growth. Or someone's dyed their hair and then a few months later the hair grows back with the original color, and like you can see, like some people really have no problems at all growing their hair. That is not the problem. The problem is their hair is growing, but they are not retaining any length. They keep having to chop their hair, trim their hair, okay? And if you're someone that needs to trim their hair every month or every 3 months, you're not gonna retain any length. Because if you think about it, if your hair is growing at, I don't know, say your hair is growing at 1 centimeter every month, and then every 3 months you take off 3 centimeters, your hair is gonna remain the same length. You're not gonna grow your hair, okay? Because you're not retaining length, all right? And with my hair, by the way, I do need to trim my hair, but I'm waiting till the summer to do that. Okay, I haven't trimmed my hair for a year now. I only do it once a year. That's it. Once a year, I trim my lengths, okay? So this comes down to actually protecting the hair itself. Like I said, this here, the ends, that's the oldest part of your hair, and this is also the most damaged part of your hair as well. And the thing with hair is once it's damaged, it's really hard to repair itself, because the hair is, that part here of your hair is not even alive, okay? The only part that's alive is in the root, in the hair follicle itself. But this hair here, down here, once it's damaged, it's damaged. It's really hard to repair that damage. So you really want to protect your hair. And I know you girls are thinking, okay, this is where a protective style comes in. And yes, I agree, a protective style, technically it's there to protect the hair, but there's other ways you can protect your hair as well without using a protective style. And I'm living proof of that because I don't use protective styles. So let me show you a few things that I do to protect my hair and my scalp as well. So number one is you want to protect your scalp from UV and sunlight. So wear a hat, okay? Or avoid parting your hair. I do have a little part here, but generally like once my hair is dry, I'm gonna put it up in a ponytail and I'm not gonna really have any part of my scalp exposed, if that makes sense. So try to protect your scalp from UV. Number two, satin and silk are your best friends. So you want to have your satin scarves or your silk scarves, your satin pillowcases, your satin bonnets, your satin scrunchie, okay? Because you want to avoid breaking the hair and you want to avoid friction. And those fabrics are smooth and silky, so they minimize friction on your hair, okay? So, and that helps protect your hair from friction. Number three is you want to be detangling your hair with a conditioner with a lot of slip, and you want to do it on wet hair. Do not detangle your hair while it's dry because it's more brittle, okay? It's more brittle. So you're going to increase breakage if you do it on dry hair. Number four is, again, avoiding any like heat, excessive heat on your hair. So if you're into blow drying your hair or blowing out your hair, flat ironing your hair, silk presses and all that sort of stuff, I hate to break it to you, but those are gonna cause damage. You might not see that damage straight away, but with prolonged use, it is going to cause damage on your hair. And I generally do not use heat on my hair at all. I want to, but I don't know. I just like my hair like this. I like my natural hair like this. So yeah. Number five is you do want to use good products. Invest in products for your hair. Really, really good products. There are certain products here that I can recommend. So basically, as I am leave-in, is a leave-in conditioner that I've been using. Now, the point of a conditioner is to moisturize your hair. What that does, it traps moisture on your hair strand and it prevents excessive dehydration. That is the whole point of a leave-in conditioner. Now, you want to also use something else with a little bit more oil to trap the moisture in. So here are some good examples. So as I am classic twist and define cream, I think. Twist defining cream. So this product here is different from that product here. A leave-in is designed to condition and hydrate. So it draws moisture to your hair and yeah, that's what it does. Whereas this one here locks in the moisture because that has a lot of oils in it. So it will prevent the water or the moisture from evaporating. It's going to trap that moisture in your hair strand or on your hair strand. So I've got several examples. I've got TGIN as well. Both of those are creams, okay? Both of those are used to lock the moisture in, but you use a leave-in first to moisturize the hair, keep the hair moisturized, okay? So, but basically that is it for this video. I feel like I've covered everything. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything, but yeah, those are the basic stuff that I do personally, which, you know, have resulted in me growing my hair to waist length. It actually took me about 2 years, I believe, or maybe 3 years. I'd say 3 years to grow my hair to waist length. It was initially very, very short. It started off like this length, like super short, and now it's waist length after 3 years. So yeah, But yeah, thank you for watching this video. If there are any other topics that you guys would like me to cover in this video, let me know in the comments box below, and I will try my best to accommodate for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.